calling Sam the Sham right now.
Hey.
Mr. Samudio, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine.
Sam, I want to congratulate you right off the bat. Wooly Bully recently went into the Grammy Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That had to be quite an honor for you.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful. If you're not careful, man, you'll be out here trying to cross the Mississippi walking. You wind up drowning.
But you know, that not is the only big award that you're famous for, other than Wooly Bully and Little Red Riding Hood, Gold Records. But also, people don't know this, that you won a Grammy for liner notes, Hard and Heavy. Talk about that, Sam.
Right. Yeah, that was the only album I did for Atlantic. And it was the liner notes. I was up against the trumpet player, Miles Davis. Yeah. I couldn't carry his horn as a musician, but when it comes to writing, you better pick your corner, because I'm coming. I was fortunate that night, and it's a little, they call it a cult album because it just had an initial release, and a lot of people know about it, but you know, people that really seek out that information. Duane Allman is on some of the cuts. At that time, Eric Clapton, Derek and the Dominoes were next door in the other studio cutting Layla, and Duane came over and did some stuff with a John Lee Hooker number going upstairs. The Memphis Horns were there, the Dixie Flyers, all those guys, and man, it's to me it really was Memphis, because just, you know, I was a little nuts back then, rode around on a motorcycle. And
Sam, how did it happen for you? I remember, as I recall, you came up from Texas via Louisiana to Memphis. And I remember the Haunted House first, and then
Betty and Dupree first, then Haunted House.
Yeah, but then you had so much faith that you came back so strong with Wooly Bully. I'm jumping ahead, but tell the story.
Well, we came up here from Louisiana, and David Martin, now deceased, and I were members of a group called Andy and the Night Riders. We came up from Louisiana, and David and I were roommates. We played in a roadhouse, and it was pretty interesting, but I didn't know anything about Gold Records. I'd already been in the military. I'd gotten out, worked at construction, and then I decided to put a band together, and that fell apart, and long story, but my drummer went to work in Louisiana with David Martin and Andy Anderson as the Night Riders and other members, but they lost their organ player, and I didn't know how to play the organ. I just bought one. I was looking at it from a business standpoint. You know, you could find a lot of organ players with nobody on their own instrument. So,
right.
But anyway, I got the job, and I had my own special way of playing it. So the band leader, as a spoof, a put down, called me the Sham, you know, because people would come and say, man, play some Jimmy McGriff, some Earl Garner. I said, man, I can't play that stuff. And, you know, them old roadhouses, oh, you just don't want to play that for me, you know. And, but they called me the Sham. But
and that's how it got.
Yeah, but if it give you lemons, make lemonade.
So then you come to Memphis, and you had Haunted House, and you take it over to Joe Cooley or somebody at High Records, and it didn't happen. So Gene Simmons cuts it, and everybody felt bad for you because you had the original version. And then but you came back strong with Wooly Bully, mister.
Yeah. Well, it was an old cover tune from Specialty. First we had Betty and Dupree, an old cover tune from Chuck Willis. And Billy Yates and Billy, the drummer, anyway, asked me if I'd give him the words. I said, sure, man. You know, I'm not one of these guys, you know, you can't have. And we had recorded it, but we didn't know how to promote or anything. David Martin and I traveled in a hearse. That was before vans.
Yeah.
Fell out of that mule.
You did, broke a leg, didn't you?
Yeah, I got off light. We were doing 63 miles an hour, you know. I mean.
You fell out of the hearse, made a curve or something.
Well, it had a suicide. It was a Packard hearse.
Oh.
I mean, but anyway, You know, I'm working on a book.
So let's plug that, because they're giving me that. You know what that means?
Yeah, he's crazy.
No, it means, Sam, we could do an hour with you, man. Hall of Fame, Wooly Bully this year. Grammy for liner notes. I guess Wooly...
Gold records.
I'm sorry?
2 gold records.
2 gold records, Wooly Bully and Little Red Riding Hood.
Wooly Bully was the first American-produced record to sell a certified million during the onslaught of the British groups. It was the first record to bump the British groups off the top.
And it was also the record of the year in 1965.
I believe so. I don't...
I'm sure it was, because I played it many times.
Yeah.
Sam, we got to run. Appreciate you dropping by today. Is anything you want to... You said talk about the book for a second.
Well, everybody's saying, you ought to write a book, you ought to write a book. And I have been writing, and I've been serious about, why haven't you written a book? I tell them I'm waiting for some more folks to die. But I'm working on it.
Sam, we got to run.
Go ahead.
When's the book going to come out? Any idea?
Who knows? I'm just putting it together. You'll hear about it. You know.
You come on the show and do it with us?
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
Sam.
Thank you.
Domingo Samudio, Sam the Shan, Memphis Sounds, GK.